Dionne here with the turquoise iris, back for part 5 of the tunnel of love. And if you're new here and don't have a clue what that means, I've named the piece that I'm working on the tunnel of love. Um, I want to apologize while I'm adjusting this. It seems that the screen got a little cattywampus. Um, Here's what I'm working on. So I apologize. I said I'd be back in 10 minutes, and that was a little bit longer than 10 minutes. Because, as you can imagine, setting up several devices often ends up taking a little longer than normal. And it's hot. It's hot here. It's like 102 today. And I'm just kind of sweaty. Um, okay, so just a quick recap, you guys. I'm Dionne Woods with the Turquoise Iris. This is where I come and I do paint tutorials. I work either on canvas or on furniture. Sometimes I interview people, which is super fun. Thank you, Debbie. I just got off with Debbie Beard of Debbie's Design Diary, and she and I, when I say we were on a live broadcast just now, and we were announcing that we're having not just one class, but two classes on September 8th. And so we opened up a second class because the first sold out so quickly. And we got several messages saying, wait, I didn't even have a chance. So we're like, wait, we'll just do another one then. Okay, okay, okay. So absolutely, Mona. He sure did. Thank you for that. Um, I am calling this piece Tunnel of Love first. It's the fifth piece in my summer series that I'm working on, and it's all themed around carnivals and summer festival and carousel. And so this one is a Tunnel of Love with the help of so many of you who picked that because I said I want to do black. I have done a lot of hand painted pieces, but I haven't done a black piece in a long time. It's been over a year since I did a black one. So if you haven't seen the whole piece, part 4, 3, 2, and 1 is here. I will pan back and take some photos and post them in here in the threads, in community and everywhere. But listen, we're going to start with two colors. We're going to start with Fancy Farm Girl. And no, I'm lying. Yes, I'm telling the truth. Yeah. Mint Chip, and both of those are colors from the DIY paint line. If you're new to it, it's a clay-based um, clay chalk base paint. It's my favorite, and I use it on furniture. It's very porous and extremely highly pigmented. So it is one of those things that when you get stuck on a medium, you're hooked, right? Well, it's my medium, and I'm hooked. And I continue to get shinier and shinier and shinier as this piece of sweat is about to actually drip down my face. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on that fan right here. I apologize for the background noise. But most of the time I work on furniture in my garage, and it was fine until this is my second live. So here's what we're going to do. I actually decided instead of starting the flowers at the very bottom, I'm going to start the flowers right here on this ledge right here, because I went ahead and finished out the bottom earlier because I was in paint mood and it was like go, 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 go. So the very bottom was solid black, and then I heavily wet distressed it. And then I put Golden Ticket, which is a product also that DIY makes. It's a liquid patina. It's really sheer, almost like like it drips. It's that sheer. And what's the viscosity? I don't know what the right word is. Not when the camera's on me. And there's not just one, there's 3. And then I let it drip really, really heavily. So the bottom piece looks a lot like the top up here where it's heavily distressed. In the middle, we have Bohemian Blue right here. We have Old 57, which once it combined with the black, it became more of like a blue-gray slate blue color. And right now we're going to use this ledge. This is where Amira is, obviously. We're going to actually start lining out our wildflower garden. And so Tunnel of Love, I'm going to add in different colors and metallics. So I'm also going to take my Golden Ticket and I'm going to add in Marquee to one of them, separate color. It's going to be like a copper. Then I'm going to add in another surprise color and create a different metallic. So overall, it's dark, it's moody, but it's like some twinkles. So there, even though it's nighttime, we're picturing it being a twinkly garden with a little bit of shimmer and a little bit of glitter, and I'm calling it Tunnel of Love. So I'm going to be mixing different colors with the Golden Ticket, but I'm not going to tell you all of them yet. But the very first one will be my copper. So I'm going to start with the turquoise iris brush, which is the cheerleader. It's also the fan. And I'm going to grab Fancy Farm Girl, and I'm going to just start painting flowers on. I'm going to do a little bit of splattering. And this is typically the brush I use for my flowers. Like I said, I wanted it to look more of like a wildflower. And this is just going to be the background. We're going to layer different style of flowers. We're going to layer and we're going to layer and we're going to layer some more. We're going to get the background on here right now today, and we'll let it dry, and then we'll come back tomorrow and add some more if that's sanded down to the original color. Robin, this, like, I did the distressing is the original wood color. There's some major, I really heavily distressed this piece, and I'm actually, when I get all of my flowers on, I'm going to go back and distress it even more. I want it really worn. I want this vintage piece, and I'm just going to go over the cardboard or the paper just so it will look better down here. And while this is wet, I'm going to grab my mint chip, and I'm actually going to overlap some of the colors together to get a little bit of texture. I'm going to make it taller up here, okay, and then I'll make it fade down on the other side. Just kind of want to give you guys an idea of what I'm doing and what I kind of had in mind. And if you have followed me long enough, you know that I change my mind constantly. So please bear with me. The new colors are going to be debuted on September 8th at all over the US and Canada, at all of our retailers, hopefully by September 8th, if they choose to participate. Debbie and I are going to reveal them at our class on September 8th. All right, so I'm going to just put, these are just kind of wispy. Like I said, this is just going to be kind of the background. I'm going to have this kind of falling. It's not going to be too perfect yet. We will fine tune all of that later. And then I'm going to grab my spray bottle, and I'm going to get some of it dripping. I don't want anything ever looking too perfect, which is why we're going to use the water, and then we're going to actually, when we get it all said and done and the flowers all on, we're going to distress it pretty heavily too, and pull back some of those flowers. All right, so while this is wet, I'm going to grab the mint chip. I'm going to grab a different brush, set this down, and grab another cheerleader from the Turquoise Iris collection. This is a true mint, like an absolutely beautiful color. I'm just going to highlight. Again, we're going to fine tune everything later. So this is just to get the color on. We're thinking of a wildflower garden. I'm going to get water. To be honest with you, I'm going to put my, I'm a finger painter also, in case you didn't know. So I love finger paint. So we're going to go like this. And we're going to go like this. And that. We're going to do a little splatter. And we're going to pretend that we did not just get it on our dress. We didn't. You saw nothing. You saw nothing. All right. So while this is still wet everywhere, I'm going to actually grab the golden ticket. and get some of that deliciousness rolling out. And then we'll call it a day and get out of this heat. All right, so this smaller one is the size 2 fan. It's called the Mascot. I'm just gonna tip a few of these petals with some metallic because we have a ton of it up there. We have a ton of it down here, and I just kind of want to carry that theme in because when you're in the tunnel of love in a summer carnival, there's some twinkling possibly going on. Like, you know, what's the word? I don't know. Twinkling. There's some twinkle lights. We'll go with that. Okay. I know it's really hard to tell kind of from your angle what I'm working on, but just know I will take better photos. This wardrobe is available. It's not a custom order, and so I can do whatever I choose, which I don't really do custom orders anyway, but you know what I mean. I mean, you don't actually know what I mean, but I'm just saying I can just kind of change my mind, which is what I did. I've already changed my mind a couple of times with this babe, so I just kind of wanted to get a little bit of that gold up there around some of the leaves. I'm going to barely tap it up there as if there were some sprays that were kind of far back. And we're not going to think about it too much. We're not. We're not going to think about it too much at all. So this is part 5 of the Total Love Makeover. And I did get a little paint on me. I did get a little spot here, but I'm going to go in, put some water on it right now, and it'll just wash right out. You guys, thanks for being here. I so appreciate you. Have a wonderful end to your Sunday, and I'll be back tomorrow. Don't know what time, but I will be back. You guys, take care. Now Facebook.